Hey everyone. Alright, so since the last video, got out here and started working on the shifter a little bit as far as the wiring for the neutral safety switch, reverse lights, and for the indicator light on the shift indicator. Did run into an issue. The two switches here, there's one on the top, one on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that here. Got a little flashlight. As you can see there's on the little gate right here, there are a couple of small little indentations. They're supposed to ride in those indentations, and they were not. So I had to take the plate here, well, not take it, but I had to drill a couple holes in the plate and move these switches just a little bit to get the alignment that I needed. But anyways, I got that done, and they're working the way they're supposed to be working now, so that's good. And also went ahead and got this guy wired up. This will be the light for the indicator. I do have to still ground it, which I'm just going to, when I put the housing on, I'm going to ground it right on here. So let me just go ahead and get that housing out. Got to start trimming it to kind of fit the floor, get it mounted up, and finish up this shifter, and then move on to steering wheel and kick panels and all that good stuff. Alright, we'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, so we got the shifter installed. Got a little problem with the carpet there, as you can see in the front, and there's a little divot. Guess the carpet didn't sit quite as flat as I thought, so I'm gonna have to figure out something with that. I don't know if I can pull the carpet on the other side when I go to put the door sill on or what, but gonna have to see what I can do with that. But anyways, the shifter's mounted down, so I think we're good there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to probably trying to do those sill plates, I suppose, just to try to get that divot out of there, and then I'll put the kick panels in and I'll come back with you in just a while. Alright, so we got the sill plates in there. As you can see, we got them on the other side as well. Can't really see it, but probably could see that little strip right there. We do have the kick panels as well. Since everything's dark in here, can't really see them, but they're in there. And I did kind of get that divot out. It's still there a little bit, but what I wound up doing was just releasing the bolts on the bracket here on this seat, just the front bolts, picking it up a little bit and just tugging on the carpet, and put a little glue under it and tried to hold it down onto the transmission tunnel a little bit better. But tinkered with it for a while. That's about the best I'm going to get it, and you know, honestly, for me, that's good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the steering wheel now, and after that I'm going to go ahead and get that little wire hooked up. That's the power wire for the indicator light on the shifter there, so I'll get that hooked up. I'm going to have to take this nut off and take this collar off. This I'm not going to wind up using with that adapter kit for that wheel, so but I'm going to go ahead and start on that now, and I'll come back with you in just a little bit. Alright, so we got the steering wheel in. As you can see, the little wire that we had down here for the indicator light on the shifter, I got that hooked up as well. Steering wheel installation went pretty good. Did have one issue with the horn button. There's a contact unit underneath the horn button here, and it rides on 3 bolts that have like a shoulder on it. It just kind of slides up and down, and there's a spring that holds it from touching. That way when you push the horn, it goes down, makes the contact, and then the spring pushes it back away when you let your hand off. But that contact unit was, the position was not quite right. It was a little bit too close to the wheel itself, so I couldn't get the horn button on. What I wound up doing is just putting a couple washers behind it, shimming those bolts out a little bit, so there was a bigger gap so I could actually snap the horn button onto the contact ring. So anyways, long story short, it's done and should be working fine once we get a battery hooked up to it. And I'm going to go ahead and start now on the windlace, which will go around the door here, come all the way around here, down through here. It's actually going to hold this on too, which is good, as well as this piece here, and it'll come all the way down, well, to here actually. As you can see, I still need to finish up the carpet in the back here. Probably what I'm going to do, because it's actually not long enough to cover up my sound deadening material, probably what I'll wind up doing is getting a piece of remnant carpet, and I can't sew, so I'll have take it down to an upholsterer and maybe have him put some type of edging on it, just so it looks a little nicer, and then kind of lay it up on there, glue it down. But anyways, that's for another project. But like I said, right now I'm going to get that windlace and just go ahead and install that around here. It should be pretty much straightforward job. So I'll probably be back with you in 15-20 minutes and show you the finished product. Thanks. Alright, so there we go. We got the windlace in. Turned out pretty good. Had to use the heat gun, of course. And the interior is pretty much there. Like I said, I do need to do a little bit of work on the back over here. But other than that, it's pretty much there. So I'm happy with it. It looks good. And again, one step closer to getting this thing on the road. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.